I see my future looking in your eyes, but you're not here, you're a million miles. I reach for your hand, but I touch the air, lying in the dark. I know you're not there.
I hear your whisper, it cuts through the night. I close my eyes and you're holding me tight. I'm chained to a love I cannot show, but every heartbeat tells me you know.
I breathe you in like whiskey on fire. Every little taste pulls me higher. I'm drunk on the thought of what could be, making love to your memory.
We hide the truth behind apart, but I can't let go. You're under my skin. Together with every breath, you're breaking my heart, and I'd give anything just to feel you again. Can you hear me?
I'm calling your name.
Can you feel
running through your veins? Why can't we just live, never say goodbye? When it feels so right, why do we wind up crying tonight? Oh, loving you is breaking my heart again, breaking my heart again, breaking my heart again. Dopey fields still whisper crops in the dust. Chief Tuba builds a town on faith and stone. Now the crossroads hum with a voice of their own. Crossroads in the dust, ha! Crossroads in the dust, ha! Voices in the stone. Crossroads in the dust, ha! Ha! Traders once bartered wool for salt and grain. Now uranium scars still carry the pain. Cold War shadows carved deep in the clay. The desert remembers what men won't say. Crossroads in the dust, crossroads in the dust, shadows in the stone. Crossroads in the dust, cold talker voices carried across the sea, from a desert mesa to Normandy. But the children were taken, their tongues confined, songs buried deep, but they still survive. Crossroads in the Skinwalker stories ride the midnight air. Strange lights flicker, don't follow them there. The land keeps secrets too heavy to tell. Whispers from the canyon, silence from the well. Roach and rosary, crossroads in the dust, crossroads in the dust, shadies in the stone. Crossroads in the dust, shadies crossroads in the dust, crossroads in the dust, crossroads in the dust. Show, whoa, quack, 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 quack. Crossroads in the dust. 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 Stories in the stone. Crossroads in the dust. Oh, in the dust. Quack, quack in the dust. Crossroads in the dust. Rosa in the dust. Old J-Toe, moonlight on water so still, echoes of dining in the red Butte Hill. Hose of surrounds us where the long shadows lie. Ancient stone towers touch the blue desert sky. The Mittens rise upward, red hands to the sky. Shadows stretch long as the sun wanes on by. Toe whispers softly where the canyon winds call. She don't need, the land holds us all. Trading poles stood by the river's old bend. Songs of the children on the wind never end. Yeah, morning, sacred mountains in view. Moonlight on water, still shining for you. The movie men came with their reels and their lines, painted this valley on film for all time. But deeper than silver screens ever could show is old J-Toe and the heart I know. So drive through the silence, let the red mesas rise. Feel Hozo within you, through the depth of your eyes. Moonlight on water, where the shadows still roam. Old J-Toe spirit will guide you back home. Old J-Toe spirit will guide you back home.
Beyond the painted sky, I glide through time, through sound, through shifting tide. No map, no name, no need to try. Just drive into the open sky. Night fell like velvet on the wheel. The darkness hums, the silence feels. A chorus from the hidden stars guides me past the exit scars. Beyond the painted sky, I glide. No past, no plan, no need to hide. I am the road, the wind to cry. Forever in the painted sky. From the frozen rivers, following the stars, the people journeyed, the people came far. Athabascan voices became Dene. In canyon and mesa, they found their way. Four sacred mountains circle the land, spirit and memory, hand in hand, through sorrow and triumph, joy and pain. The people remain, the people remain. Da-da-be-da-da. The people remain. Corn in the field, sheep on the plain. Songs of the dawn, prayers in the rain. Changing woman whispers, monsters fall. Legends still echo, guiding all. Four sacred mountains circle the land, spirit and memory, hand in hand, through sorrow and triumph, joy and pain. The people remain, the people remain. Da-da-be-na-da. The people remain. Spanish riders, soldiers came. Exile marches, hearts in chains. 300 miles of endless stone. But Dine returned, reclaimed
carved in the thunder, carved in the name. Highways may carry the winds of change, but the people remain. The people remain. Four sacred mountains circle the land, spirit and memory, hand in hand, through sorrow and triumph, joy and pain. The people remain, the people remain. Danabinada, the people remain. I've walked through fire with a painted on smile, carried my demons for miles and miles, bruised in the shadows where no one sees, hoping there's something out there for me. Took wrong turns where the street lights die, no U-turn signs in this piece of sky. The rear view's full of ghosts and pain, but I still drive through the pouring rain. Somewhere down the road I'll find my way, where the night don't whisper the things I can't say. I keep moving on, 'cause yesterday's gone, and I pray this path is the right one I'm on. Somewhere down the road. I've begged the silence for some kind of sign, swore I heard truth in the engine's whine. Every mile's a maybe, every town a test, but I keep on looking for a place to rest. Time left its scars like barbed wire lines, wounds I hide behind borrowed rhymes. I ain't sure if I'm lost or close, but I trust the dust and I chase the hope. Somewhere down the road I'll find my way, where the night don't whisper the things I can't say. I keep moving on, 'cause yesterday's gone, and I pray this path is the right one I'm on. Somewhere down the road. I ain't looking for glory, ain't chasing gold, just a light that don't flicker when the wind gets cold. If there's peace out there, Lord, let it show before my wheels give out and I can't go. Somewhere down the road I'll find my way. Let the dawn be a promise I won't betray. I keep moving on, 'cause yesterday's gone, and I pray this path is the right one I'm on. Somewhere down the road. white lines keep rolling by. Flat horizon meets the sky. Hour by hour, the view's the same. Another mile in a waiting game. Rest stop signs and broken dreams. Billboards shouting gasoline. The hum of wheels, a weary song, dragging this highway mile too long. Endless highway, stretching slow, nowhere to be and too far to go. Daylight fades but the line won't bend, running straight on with no real end. Coffee's cold, the radio's thin. Every town looks the same I'm in. I chase the horizon, but it don't move. A lonesome rhythm I can't improve. Empty sky, a restless lane, driving circles without a name. I've lost the count, I've lost the time. Just me and the road and a dragging line. Endless highway, stretching slow, nowhere to be and too far to go. Daylight fades but the line won't bend, running straight on with no real end. Maybe tomorrow I'll break away, but tonight it's just the same old gray. One more mile, another song. This highway keeps me moving on. Endless highway, stretching slow, nowhere to be and too Springs once bubbled, elders say. To Dean is she where waters play. Now the washes run to sand. Only memory feeds this land. Iron Monument Survey State vanished down some desert break. Scrap for fire gone to rust. Mark no border, only dust. Kayenta, where the water flows out. Crossroads of silence, whispers of doubt. Highway north, the mesas call. Stone cathedrals rising tall. Airstrip faded, runway lost. Wings once carried film crews across. Now the wind cuts where they stood. Only sage and driftwood. Voices echo through the past. Skinwalker shadow